Pre-pandemic, hiring was probably one of the most difficult but most important tasks that we faced as business owners. Post-pandemic, and in this whole aftermath where we're dealing with everyone wanting to get married and schedule their event, you may be thinking about hiring somebody, but in today's environment, it is more difficult than ever before. And so in today's video, we are going to be talking about some hiring strategies that you can use at your venue, and these can be cross-applied even if you don't own a venue, even if you run any other business in the wedding or event industry. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Welcome back to the Venue RX. If this is your first time joining us, thank you so much. My name is Jonathan, and on this channel, we talk about all of the things that can help make your wedding venue or your wedding or event business more successful. And today we're talking about an extremely important topic, all about hiring, different hiring strategies that you can use as a venue. And these are things that I'm actually using right now for my own venue. And I want to share them with you today because we just hired 3 different people, and I believe they're going to be incredibly successful, but they are the same strategies that we have used in the past 6 or 7 years in business, and they have worked really, really well in helping us attract the type of employee who upholds our culture and really does a great job working hard and satisfying the needs of our clients, which is all of our goals, right? Now, I want to start off with a couple of questions for you that might challenge the way that you're thinking about going about the hiring process. And number one of those questions is, do you have clarity around what the position is going to actually do? So this person that you are interested in hiring, do you understand exactly what they're going to be doing, what is required of them, and how they're going to fit in your company? This is an incredibly important thing to know prior to going in the hiring phase, because if you don't know this, if you don't have clarity about this, likely that new hire, that potential new hire, may not have clarity about that as well. And if you have no idea the goal that you're trying to hit, you'll absolutely never get there. And so for me, a big thing is developing clarity around specifically the position you're looking at, writing down a job description, and really narrowing down what you're going to be expecting from this person, and just making sure that you are clear on that, because that clarity is going to reflect in the job description, the offer letter, all those different things that you're going to send to that individual. The second question is, what does your online presence look like across all of your platforms? Are you set up to accurately portray the values of your company and what you're looking for in an employee across Instagram, Facebook, your website, wherever you're putting that? If not, before hiring that person or before beginning the search, maybe do a little bit of an audit on your brand and how you're showing up online, because that's going to definitely play a role in how effective you are in hiring that ideal candidate. And you don't just want a flood of candidates, right? You don't just want to put something on Craigslist and have a ton of people who may or may not be qualified apply. You really want the best people to apply so that your job is a lot easier when you're going through resumes and kind of looking at these people as prospective candidates for your company. The last question for me is, when I'm thinking about hiring, I want to be thinking of how many people do I know who could possibly help me find this new hire. And this is really, really important, because yes, you could absolutely put the need out on Indeed, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, all the different social media places. But a lot of times I found that our best hires come from word of mouth referrals. And so for me, I absolutely love making sure that my network contains people who may know other people who might be interested in a position, whatever position I have open with the company. This has worked for me so many different times, and I know that it will work for you as well. So consider that prior going into the hiring process, those 3 questions. And now we're going to go to a couple of different points that I found extremely helpful. I think you're going to love number 2, so stay tuned. Point number 1 for me is hiring outside the industry. This is a very interesting way to bring in new hires and fresh talent onto your team and in the industry. And the reason that I like that is because a lot of times you can find people with compatible skills, people who have organizational skills or skills in digital marketing or operations, sales, whatever. We're coming from different industries and looking to change careers or industries, and who might be just an amazing fit to work with you, but they're not necessarily going to be found in the same pools that you might be looking for your current employees. So for example, instead of putting a job posting in a group, a Facebook group that's specific to the industry, try posting the job in a different group. Maybe a community group in your town, or if there's county groups on Facebook, that's a great place to do it. You can also put it on LinkedIn, but really open it up and make sure that you're not excluding people who are outside the industry just because they don't have the experience. Oftentimes experience is really, really important, and you definitely want that. Sometimes, depending on the job role that you're going to have them occupy, buying, you can actually teach a lot of that and get them up to speed fairly quickly and actually get an amazing person on your team who maybe wouldn't consider being in the industry and wasn't in the industry before, but would actually do a great job. So that's one of the things that I absolutely love. Point number 2, I kind of talked about it just before we got onto these points, but it is talking to everyone you know about this issue. Basically, you're planting seeds. And what is the issue you're talking about? You're saying, hey, we're hiring. My company's hiring. We're looking for this role. We're looking for sales. We're looking for marketing. We're looking for operations. We're looking for this person. We want someone to join our team. And the more people you tell about that, and the more frequently you tell them about it, the more seeds that are planted. Now, of course, these seeds may not germinate and blossom right away, but you're at least planting the seeds and you don't know which one is going to actually produce fruit. I found often that the seeds that I plant, the little conversations that I have with people may not pan out or pay off for a month or two. Then all of a sudden I get a resume from someone and they say, hey, I heard about the job opening from so-and-so. And then it's a word of mouth referral. And I tend to find that those are absolutely incredible and a great way to build our team. So for me, I just want to keep telling as many people as possible. So think about that when you're thinking about strategy for hiring, how you're going to get those applicants in. Tell as many people as possible. Shout it from the rooftops, put it on your social media, put it on your website, tell everyone in your church and any social groups you're a part of, moms or dads or, clubs that you're in or whoever else is in your circle, make sure that they know that you are hiring for that position. Point number 3 is probably my favorite. I'm giving you all my favorites here, so it's a little bit unfair, but point number 3, I absolutely love. It is asking current employees to refer someone. Of course, this doesn't work if you don't have employees currently, but if you do, leverage them and their networks and their connections because likely they know what's expected of the job role. They know what it's like to work with you. And so they will refer someone who may be a really, really good fit for the company. I love this because this makes sure that we're bringing people into our group that fit our culture and can really get started right away and just meld right away with us without having to do a lot of training and hand-holding. So those are my 3 tips and a couple of questions that I'd encourage you to ask yourself when you're thinking about hiring. I hope these strategies have helped. And if they do, I'd love it if you subscribed. We have an incredible podcast that we run on this channel, as well as a lot of different tips and tricks and things to help make your wedding business more successful. And so I'd love if you would join us on that, subscribe to the channel, and then you'll be able to get those updates for when we do all of our releases about content just like this. So I hope you're doing well. I hope your business is thriving in this exciting season, and we'll see you in the next video.